Okay.
All right. It's time.
Okay.
We're live. We should be.
There you are. Well, not yet. It's saying notify me.
Oh.
There we go.
Welcome, guys. Leave a comment when you join.
Share. Copy link. I wish there was a way I could just like share it straight to my Instagram story from YouTube.
I know. Like it has like Messenger and like no,
Yeah,
I don't want to put it in Messenger.
No.
I want to put it on my other social medias. Get it together, YouTube.
Okay, where's the... Oh, there it is. Okay. Link. Done. There we go.
Oh, there's Josh.
Hey, Josh. I don't know why I say it like that. Like, hey, I'll just lit like 5 octaves up. What? Oh my gosh. Okay.
And Josh, you don't have to lie. I already told Katie that you didn't read it.
But he'll probably like know. So like he'll still be able to contribute.
I definitely talked about this book a lot.
Really? That's interesting.
So he was like, okay, I guess I don't have to read it.
He just knows. He can just like absorb through like, what is it? Like mitosis, osmosis, whatever. Like you talk and it just absorbs in. Yeah.
Yeah. Now,
okay.
I don't know if that's a good thing.
There's a few things that I was like, about, but I don't know. Hey, Lori.
Hi, Lori.
I'm like, I just want to know what your thoughts were. I'm like, what is it? Like, what?
Yeah.
Like, it's very rare because, like, we'll talk sometimes in the month where it's like, have you started? Are you reading? But when you were like, have you started? And I was like, no. And I was like, what did you say? You were like, what was it that you
I was like, I have thoughts.
You have thoughts, right? And I was like, good or bad? He was like, bad.
Yeah, not good. Not good.
Oh, and then your face. You're like, yeah. Oh my goodness.
I was kind of hoping you had already read it, because then I could like gauge what you were gonna say.
Nope.
You hadn't read it yet by the time I did, so I was like, okay, I'm just like waiting.
I was like, I started. When did I start? Last. Goodness, when was it? Friday, Saturday. I wanted to wait until it was like closer because I wanted to make sure I remembered. Because sometimes I'm like, I don't remember what I read. Let's see. When did I read this? Okay, I started the 26th. When was the 26th? My mind.
Oh, I think Lori might agree with me.
Oh, okay. Okay. It's gonna be me in my own corner. Like I will say I don't love it. It's not like a favorite.
Yeah.
But I didn't hate it. So like on a scale of like Maestro and Sovereign, it's not as bad as Sovereign. Okay, so like I enjoyed it.
Okay.
But it's not like Maestro level.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, definitely not.
No. Oh my.
Well, let us know in the comments. Did you guys read it? What were your thoughts?
Yeah.
Do you want to go first? I feel like I'm gonna be a Debbie Downer tonight, so
it's okay.
I don't. I don't know if I should go first or if you should go first.
It doesn't matter.
Bad news or good news first, kind of thing.
It really doesn't matter, I guess. This is not booze, okay? This is Pepsi.
I mean, it could be.
To help you with this. Oh my. Maybe it. No, it was just Pepsi. But I might need it after. No, I'm just kidding. Well, I guess we can just like go ahead and talk about what the book is about. If you are new here, we do spoilers. So if you haven't read it, just be forewarned that we are going to give spoilers away. There's not too much in a romance book that's like terrible spoiler. More so when we read thrillers.
There's no like big plot twist in this one.
don't think so. There wasn't too many. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, since you love the book so much, I guess, do you want to, who described the book last time? Who was it?
I can't remember.
What book was it last time? That's how things are.
We're already done with last year is like the doors closed. That's terrible. What did we read? It had to have been a thriller. Oh, The Naturals.
Right. Oh, and I talked about it. So you can describe this book.
All right. See, Lori keeps
right. I'm like, I don't even remember.
All right, let me pull out my notes. So just to kind of give an overview of this series, it's a trilogy and each book is written by a different author. So we just went with the first one for now. I'll talk about the second book because it did already start it, but we'll get to that.
I have not started it.
Okay. So in this one, well, the whole series is about wildfire firefighters. They're called the Sky Ridge Hotshots. And I did appreciate that she put the glossary at the beginning of like common terms for wildfire firefighting.
Yep.
And isn't it crazy that we timed this and then
and then
LA fires happened? Yeah. I was like, oh, this is like real. Like
it was not us.
Really happening right now.
Right.
We did not plan that. The authors probably didn't like. Could you imagine how they felt?
Because these just come out like set over there as well, which I think a lot of the wildfire is set over there. Like they have a lot more than so I can't imagine what they were like. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We put it into the universe and here we go.
Yeah, it's crazy. But I especially appreciated reading it at the same time because I listen to like a lot of podcasts and I watch a lot of like vloggers on YouTube that live in LA. So like I was watching so many videos from those people about like what it was like in real life and everything that they were learning about how they fight those fires. Like, because I grew up in Florida, so it rained literally all the time.
Right.
So fires were not a thing. So
and
I had no idea.
Yeah. No, I'm in Western Maryland and I've lived here my whole life and I don't think we've ever had like a fire like that.
Yeah. So I always thought that they were fought with the helicopters and the planes, which would make sense. But with the Santa Ana winds in LA, they couldn't. So they had to do all these other methods like the men in the book were doing. And I just found that so fascinating.
Yeah. Have you ever seen the show Fire Country?
No.
Oh my goodness. So is it on Paramount, Peacock, Hulu? It's on one of those. But it's just like, it's not a reality show or anything, but it's just a show following this prisoner, and he gets into like this work program, and it's a bunch of prisoners who go and fight fires. They do like the fire. It's like the wilderness fire type, and they do it. I can't remember what state they're in. It's California, Oregon. It's somewhere on the coast, like on that side. But it's really good. It's like on their second season, so there's not too many. So yeah.
Because I did like those parts.
People are pretty, so it helps,
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
That's like the only thing I know about that show is I could picture the main guy.
Yeah. He's pretty.
Yeah. But yeah. So yeah, this series is about wildfire firefighters. This particular book is about the main character, Callahan, who it's been, I think, like 6 years since his engagement ended because he caught her cheating on him. Literally, when they're at the funeral for his supervisor that he watched die.
Yes. Yeah.
How terrible of a human being does she have to be?
I don't know. We didn't really get to like talk to her much. Like she's just spoken about, but like,
yeah.
Dave was a piece of work too, so I didn't like him either.
No.
Did not like him.
Definitely not. He was like the main conflict, like the entire book. Like he like ruined everything for Cal. That was like his life goal.
Yeah, pretty much.
But yeah, so that's the main character's kind of backstory. So now he's kind of just like a player, doesn't really take like relationships seriously. He's just totally devoted to his job. And then you have the female main character who's new to the small town. And she's kind of like hinting at some kind of like backstory with the town that she left.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds kind of culty. Like, we don't really understand like what it is because she's not being vocal about it with anybody yet. She's trying to like keep her past hidden. And she's going to be the EMT that works alongside the firefighters, and that's how they meet.
Yep.
It sounds great.
Right. Gosh. Okay. I'm curious. So let's just get into it. What is it that you were like, I have thoughts about? What was it that was like giving you just that face?
Yeah.
Because you're looking at me like,
Okay, so I think this author is just not for me. I've never read anything by her before, but
I haven't either.
She does the writing style that is one of my pet peeves, where she literally narrates everything. Okay, I'm going to pack my bag because I'm going to go on a hike, and I've never been on a hike before, so I think I'm going to need long pants. I think I'm going to need socks, and then I'm going to need boots, and then I'm going to need a charger. And like, she literally narrates everything.
Yeah. It was very descriptive.
Yeah.
It was very, and I will admit there were times where I was just like skimming.
Yep.
And so like I can get that. I can get behind that was a little, because like she would talk about, what was it, like the scenery and how green this is, but it's not just a green, it's a green that I've never seen before. Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay, I get it. Let's
yeah. I'm all for being, descriptive.
Yeah.
But like, you don't have to walk me through every single thing the person is doing.
Yeah.
You could just tell me she packed a bag.
I was literally like, I would scroll, like looking for the next quotations.
Yeah.
So I could just get going with the,
Yeah. It was, and because of the nature of what they were going through, but it read like a survival book. Like, like people in real life, when they like survive some kind of thing and they write like an autobiography, like it kind of read like that more than a romance to me.
I can get that.
Yeah, just because it was so descriptive.
Yeah.
That it was literally taking me through like everything.
Yeah.
And I was
very, that was a lot of words.
It was not for me. It's not for me.
Okay. I can get behind that one. That one I can agree with.
Yeah. And I did not like when they first slept together. Let me look at my notes.
In the rig?
Yeah. Okay. Well, one, I think they have sex so fast, and it kind of rubbed me the wrong way, because she's kind of hinting that she has some kind of like sexual trauma. We don't really know what it is, but she's kind of hinting that like she's never had like a normal sexual relationship before.
Yeah.
And then it's like she just jumps into this very fast, and they don't talk about it. You know what I mean? Like, it's just right in, and it's like you're getting her point of view, where she's like, oh my God, this is so like almost like revolutionary for her. But then it goes to his point of view, and he's just like, oh yeah, she's a really good fuck. Like, I was just like, these are not lining up.
She's experiencing like her first ever orgasm, like in this rig, and he's like, yeah, you're so good.
Yeah, I'm just like, dude, like time and place. But he has no idea, because they didn't talk about it first. Like, they don't know each other.
Yeah.
And then he basically he ties her up.
Yeah. He's like, have you ever been tied up?
I'm like, hello?
Well, she's like, I'll try.
Yeah. I was like, what? No. Like, he's just going on right through. What else did I put?
Oh my.
It did help that like afterwards it went back to her point of view, and she was talking about like how it helped her because she was feeling sexually liberated. So like, I know what she was going for, but just it didn't like read that way. So that, like, I think that is what put me in a bad mood, like from the start, because that happened like kind of close to the beginning.
Oh yeah, because they meet at the bar.
Yeah.
Like that when she first gets to town, and then they he gives her the number, and they're just texting until they see each other at that fire, right? Yeah. So like they don't meet, so they meet at the bar, meet again at the fire, then they all go to the camp, and then it's like that night or no, I guess it's the second night they're there because the first night it storms, and no, I don't even think they're there at the fire because I think it starts storming, so they leave.
Yeah, because I'm not sure when she gets there. I know the firefighters, like, they spend a night in the wilderness first, but I don't know if she was there.
Yeah, I don't think she was. So she gets there, and they're there for like the day, and then it starts storming, so they leave and go to that camp, and then that night, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am.
This happens. Yeah. He's going into like safe words, and just, I'm like, she's never even had an orgasm before, my guy.
Like, red, like, and she used the most basic, so she's never done it. She's like, red. She's like, I've heard of a stoplight. Red.
My God.
Yeah.
I was like, this is not appropriate.
Like, I do understand. I understand what she was getting, and I don't know if maybe because sometimes I feel like authors just put stuff in their books because they know that everyone wants it or everyone loves that stuff, so like they put it in. Was it necessary? I don't think it was necessary. It could have been just fine without that. And if they would have talked beforehand and like got to know each other, I think it would have been a whole different like scene written.
Yeah.
But since no one knew each other and they're just like, okay, fine, let's go. Okay.
Yeah. So that like immediately put a bad taste in my mouth. So I think that made me much more critical for the whole rest of the book.
Okay.
So
I can get that. I can understand that.
Yeah. Let me see what else I wrote. Oh yeah, I put, how can she go from sassy hard to get vixen, like when they're like texting and stuff, she's very like, oh yeah, like whatever, and then all of a sudden she's like timid, nervous girl who's like so inexperienced. And he even like the part with the oxygen mask.
Oh my gosh!
In the middle, he just puts the oxygen mask on her. That would trigger me. I'd be like, get that off my face.
Right. I was very like, what are we doing? Like, how rough is this right now that she needs oxygen?
Yeah.
Like,
and all of this was at 25%.
Yeah, it's way, yeah.
So yeah. What else did I put? I don't like how he waited until after they had sex the second time to tell her that it's just for fun. And she clearly was like,
this
not ready.
Yeah. He's like, I just want to let you know that this is,
Yeah.
Like, well, thanks. Yeah. After, yeah. Because
I
would have
red flags for me.
Yeah. Well, and I think as the story went on, like, because they both have trauma in their own different ways. Because, like, I could tell right away, just with him talking about, like, being at the scene and seeing the stuff again. I'm like, oh, well, he's got PTSD from.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
And then she's got the religious trauma from being in a cult, which she didn't think it was a cult, but he was like, you're in a cult.
Yeah.
Which he tells him. So, like, I knew, and I was hoping, I was like, because she was writing him in a way that was like, oh, he's not going to want to get help. And instead of, there was a part in the book where he says something about, why would I talk to somebody when I can just drink away my problems, and him getting like wasted. And I was like, I hope she doesn't make him out to be a guy that's like, well, I don't even need therapy, blah, blah, blah. And luckily she didn't. Luckily, like, he decided to, do therapy. And but I was very worried that she was just going to bypass that because that would not have been it. That would have like knocked it down more for me if she just would have been like just totally overpassed it. Because I'm like, yeah, even if you don't agree with therapy or anything, you're still writing a book, and I feel like you have some sort of responsibility to be like,
to put out like a positive message with it.
Yeah. So I'm glad she at least put that in there.
Yeah, I do remember writing a note about that. I think I put like, they do have a really mature talk about the future of their relationship when they're like, so I'm kind of fast forwarding. So
we're all over the place.
Yeah, sorry. But after the part where he says like, oh, this was just for fun, because he's like, he doesn't want to be in a serious relationship or whatever, but she's clearly like already like revolutionizing this man, for what they've been through already.
Right.
So they kind of have like a falling out, right? So then it goes to like weeks later, like months later, where they end up being stranded in like the wilderness together.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like day 4 of them being stranded in the wilderness. And they have a really mature conversation about how even though they're both broken people, they can still make it work as long as they're like committed to it and like putting in the work. So I did appreciate that she was able to kind of like redeem it.
Yeah.
Then, but I just feel like it was like too late for me personally.
And that's where like the whole title of the book comes in. Let's fight. Because that was like they were fighting to be together, and which I appreciated. I like when you can have her mix in like the title with the book.
Yeah, I like that too.
But yeah, it was because he was like, well, I just, I don't want to. And if you don't like miscommunication, do not read this book because it's all over the place. It's all over because no one can talk.
They just don't talk.
Until they are forced to.
Yeah.
Like that was the thing. Like once they're in that tower, there was no one else to talk to. So it just
kind of came for 4 days and then they talk.
Yeah, because if they would have just talked beforehand, then the whole thing wouldn't have happened. They would have been hiking together and none of that scene. Yeah. But just a lot of miscommunication and not wanting to hearing rumors and listening to Dave and thinking that Dave was Dave. That man, he just needs to go home to Molly and the kids. I did appreciate Xander at the beginning. He was like, hey, Dave, how's the kids?
Oh, yeah. He calls him out.
Yeah.
As he should.
I appreciated that.
Yeah, Dave needs to be put in his place.
I don't know. I'm like, is he going to be in the other books just as like a side character? I don't know if I can handle Dave anymore.
He hasn't shown up in book 2 yet.
Oh, good. Yeah, she's already reading book 2.
I'm already on book 2.
So
much better. I have to say.
Really?
Yes, much better.
What is the tropes for book 2?
Single mom.
Oh, okay.
Second chance.
Now see, I did look ahead for the third book because I wanted to know which guys were each book. So I know the third book is Xander, but do you know who the girl is? Did you look? Okay. So I'm like, what happens? I don't if no one like.
I know what happens because it happens in book 2.
Oh, okay. Well, don't tell because I mean I will read it, but so I was like, huh. But there was like I could tell in the first book in this
there's
book,
definitely something there.
Yes, like if
but
not
married.
Yes, so like for me, I didn't get much from her, like, but from him, I could tell like he's got a thing. Yeah,
for sure. yeah.
So that'll be interesting to kind of, and it has to be. I would assume so many. Like a time jump, or at least some time between books 2 and 3. So I don't know how far, but yeah, interesting.
Okay. You're definitely gonna like it.
Okay, good. Like I said, I didn't mind this one. Like it wasn't. Again, I will not think about this book like I think of Maestro. I still think of Maestro, and I just don't think another book's gonna.
No,
I'm like this year is doomed. I am not gonna find my Maestro, and I'm like. It's only January.
Yeah, we still have plenty of time. It's okay. It's just because we read Maestro so early. Wasn't it February?
It was, I just got lucky with that one.
Yeah.
But this wasn't bad. It wasn't great, like fantastic. It wasn't bad.
I thought it was bad.
But that's okay.
Yeah,
like everyone's different. Like, yes, I thought it was very wordy. And I was like, okay, we can say this in fewer words. And like I said, I was skimming, trying to find the next quotations. So I'm like, just give me more of the story. I need like people talking. I may have skimmed a few sexy scenes as well. So I was just like, okay. I'm just
really?
Yeah, I'm just like, okay. Yeah. It's like there's so many times you can tell a woman that her vagina is great. Because he was always, he's like, it's so pretty. It's so good. I'm just like, okay, thanks.
Yeah. It's a bit much.
Yeah. But, okay. So what about when her husband came?
Ooh, I loved that side plot. I want his romance.
Right. Wasn't his name Oliver?
I
at
don't
the
even
end.
remember his
I'm
name.
pretty sure his name was Oliver, that they met.
Oh, Lori said, I think because Xander's story was not this. Yeah, I think that's true. I think that's probably why, Katie, you were saying that you feel like you didn't get enough of the side characters.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I feel like some books you just get like a tidbit. You see them more
Mhm.
throughout the story, and with this story being so much of them on the mountain by themselves, I understand why we didn't see
Yeah.
a lot of them. But what we did see, I enjoyed the kids, really, the friends.
Yeah.
So yeah, but
Yeah.
it'll be
I never read
interesting because
anything by the other authors before. Have you?
no. So what? So the second one is Paisley Hope, right?
Paisley Hope. Mm-hmm.
And then the third one is, what is it? Danielle
Something.
some Baker
Baker sounds right.
Baker something. I feel like it's a longer last name than Baker.
Daniel Baker. Yeah, you're right.
Okay. No, I have not. Oh, well, I do have. So I had a Paisley Hope on my TBR, but I didn't get a chance to read it.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I love that cover.
I went ahead and I got the second book. Where is it? Oh, it's down there. But instead of like pink, it's purple.
Oh, cute.
And the writing is pink. I'll just grab it. Oh, I got another book haul I have to do. It's fine. Look, I can't help it.
Yeah, I think Paisley Hope is going to be like up our alley.
There's the second.
Oh, I love that
book. So
that's a great cover.
Yeah, they're not bad covers. And I'm not usually for cartoon. I mean, it's cartoon, but not too bad.
Yeah.
But
because it's kind of like painting kind of style and the colors pop. So I feel like it's good.
So it could have just been that the author just wasn't for people. And
yeah.
But again, I've never read any of her other books either. So I don't know what else she's written.
Didn't she write some kind of like dark hockey something?
Possibly.
I don't know. But yeah, that author's just not for me. I don't want to keep being negative. What are the things that you liked about the book?
Okay. I liked, it is dark hockey, it looks like. I always like it in a book where like the guy ends up just being like, screw it, and just go for it. That wasn't this book, so I highlighted that.
That is a great line. Whenever that happens, you're just like, yes.
Yeah. I'm like, yes. Stop with your thoughts. I also really liked the game when they were playing the game and she kept winning.
Oh, Battleship?
Like, yeah.
Yeah,
like, cheating?
That was cute. That was cute.
I was like, is she cheating? I kind of want to know how she's winning.
Yeah, but, like, so good at Battleship.
Yeah. And then they were like, of course, if he was like, let's do it with our clothes, the whole, I'm like, of course we're going to get naked at some point. Why not?
Of course.
What else did I...
The fact that they did poker with snacks, that was cute.
That was. And the caramel popcorn or caramel corn or whatever she had. Yeah. She's like, I just made a whole lot.
Yeah.
Which makes sense if she was like living in the community or the fold, as she called it. She probably cooked for like a lot of people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. What else? I just finished it today, guys. Dear Lord.
I did like that whole backstory of like the town she was from, and when you got the backstory of her, like the fact that she was married.
Yeah.
We didn't
even talk about the whole. We were like, yeah, Jonathan. We want to know his story, and then we stopped talking about it.
Yep.
Yeah, I figured something because like they were hinting at it, they were talking about it. I'm like, something has to happen in this third act. For the conflict for them to, which they didn't break up, which I was, pleasantly surprised, because I don't always enjoy a third act breakup. And I think with them not being together through the whole book anyway, it made sense not to do a third act breakup.
Yeah, it felt more balanced that way.
Because they just got together, I feel like, on the mountain. Like, they were like, okay, we're going to do this. And then to get off the mountain and be like, nothing. Yeah. But I was really worried. I really thought she was going to leave. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Are we going to get like a year time jump and like at the epilogue, like she comes back or whatever? But no, because he was like, you're not leaving.
No, like
And
this
I'm
is
going to
not
go
happening.
fix this. He's like, I'm going to go fix this.
Mm-hmm.
But I did laugh at the part where Jonathan showed up and like he's like, "Do you have a pet?" And she's like, "No." And there's like this rat scurrying in her apartment, and she's like, "We gotta get out now. We gotta go." It's the same. I would be like, "We have to burn the house down."
Yeah, that's it. We're done. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I mean, like I said, I enjoyed it. It's not a 5 stars.
Yeah, it did get better at the end. I think.
I think I'm going to settle for like a 4. Which I mean, you're probably going to go lower, which is fine.
Yeah.
Like I said, everyone's different, you know? Like Maestro for me was top notch book of the year. It wasn't everyone's. And that's okay. I enjoyed myself. Like I'm thinking about like did I enjoy myself when I was reading this? Yeah. Was it a good time? Yeah. For the most part. That's why it's not a 5.
Fair enough.
But like once I read the other books and if I compare them and if I'm like having a great time with the other books and this one's not, I may go back and like lower it.
Yeah.
So I got to like compare them to the other books. I hate doing that, but at the same time,
yeah, I feel like with series it makes sense.
Yeah. Even I mean, I know they're different authors and they're going to have different ways of rating their books, but it is a series still. There has to be some like I don't want to say cohesiveness, but even when I'm reading the series by the same author, some books I like better than the others. So, I mean, I will see how I feel once I read 2 and 3, which may not be until next year. I don't know. I did, but I'm getting better. I have one book left in the Brutal Birthright now. Yes. I read Broken Vow this month.
Yay!
Yes, thank you. I got one left and I'm done.
So exciting.
That series. I'm going to finish the Alliance series this year. It's going to happen.
You better.
It will.
I'll even make it a book club book in November. If you haven't finished by November,
no, I don't want.
I'm going to make you read both. How many do you have left? 2 or 3? Okay. If you don't finish by November, that'll be our book club pick. Is both books that you have to finish. So that
I am going to do it. I'm going to do it. Don't make fun of me, guys. It's fine. Okay, so what's your rating? What do you think you're going to go for?
A 2.
Ooh, okay. I didn't think you were going to do a 2.
No, I was just mad.
Okay, now I'm interested. I'm going to go to the ratings and I want to see.
Oh yeah, I didn't even look.
Like what people were saying in the ones that rated it a 2. What do we have? I don't enjoy being a hater, but whoo boy, did I end up not enjoying this. And I bought a physical copy of this. Nobody is more disappointed than me right now. Oh. Here's the thing. The cover, stunning. Yeah. The tropes, fabulous. He's a firefighter. Yes, please. And the book started off so good, but I got the inklings maybe I wasn't going to love it when they were getting together by 20-30%, like you said. And not in like a love at first sight romantic way. No. Like a you're hot, I'm hot, we're horny type of way.
Did I write this review? No. Really taking the words right out of my mouth.
And that made the sex not so hot for me. You might be asking yourself, then why did you not just DNF? Why'd you keep going? Well, let me tell you. Then they broke up. I say broke up, but they basically just stopped screwing because, God forbid, 2 people in their early to mid-30s have a conversation about stuff they heard. So now there's tension. They dislike each other. I'm thinking maybe it could redeem itself. Maybe they'll be forced to talk. Maybe they'll slowly develop feelings. Maybe this will be romantic and lovely and make up for the first 30%. Spoiler alert, it didn't.
I could literally copy and paste this review.
Yeah. I could see that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it just seems like not too much.
What do the other 4-star reviews say?
4 star. This was a first, let's see. Why do I keep saying first? Fight is the first book in the Sky Ridge Hotshots collab series on KU. Let's get down to
collab series. That makes sense. And
I guess that would be more than just a a series, but it be a collab. Yeah. I want to get down to like what you think about the book. This was a fun one. I enjoyed the start of the series and can't wait for the next 2 books. Scotty has a lot of previous trauma and things in her past she needs to work through, and Cal is definitely there for her. We get a lot of wildfire action, nature, and high stakes. They end up holed up in a fire tower outpost for a few days, and things sizzle up again. Loads of steam, and I enjoyed seeing their HEA.
I mean, they did have a good HEA. Like I said, I thought the ending was good.
Yeah.
I feel like they finally had that mature conversation. There was a conflict that could have broken them up, but Cal was persistent and he's like, no, I'm going to fight for this. Like, I did like that part.
Yeah. Wow, this person has a lot to say. This is a 4-star, but I'm not reading all this. This is a lot.
I do think I'm still going to buy the physical copies just because the
covers they're so beautiful, though. You know, like
I hate to own them.
I hate to buy. I say this, but I buy books all the time. But
they're so nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get it just because it's nice.
Yeah.
So is book 2. Let me see. Book 2 kind of reminds me of like Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah.
He kind of reminds me of that. And then Xander, book 3, he better have these bright blue eyes because that's all I heard about in this book. I can't tell.
Yeah.
But like they were like when he was describing Xander, he's like, he's got the bright blue eyes. And then she was looking at Xander and she's like, oh, he's right. He does have big blue eyes. I'm like, well, the book better have bright blue eyes on the cover.
Mm-hmm.
So Josh didn't read it, but Lori, if you're still here, what did you rate the book? And you know what, Josh, you can rate it if you want. Now you've heard the story pretty much.
Let's see if I have any other notes. Oh, I also wrote down, am I really going to have a relationship with a married woman? Fuck it. I wrote that part down too. I didn't even realize that.
Because that was a big conflict for him once he found out that
because
he did not want to do what Dave did to him. Like, I appreciated that. I appreciate that he wasn't, I mean, again, he did it anyway. But, like, at least he thought about it beforehand.
Yeah. The circumstances were different.
Lori's like, 2 is generous.
Thank you for making me feel better because I was feeling so mean this entire time.
Oh, nah. No.
No.
This is not mean. This, no. Sovereign was mean to us. This is not mean.
Yes. I felt personally victimized by that book. Yeah.
But this is not Sovereign level. To me, it's not. Like, there's elements of this. I could say, like, the whole, like, he's like, have you ever been tied up? She's like, no, let's go ahead and But again, I get it if she's in the moment. And maybe that's what she was going for, was like, she's just in the moment. And But yeah, I guess I didn't even at the time reading it, didn't even cross my mind that, like, she's probably never done this before. Yeah, she says she's never, but, like, I didn't think of it like you did. Like, this is your guys' first time. You're not even talking it through. Like,
we don't know anything about each other.
Yeah. The thing that, like, threw me over, like, the edge was the whole oxygen mask. That
was crazy.
Now, if you would have put that in Sovereign, I might have enjoyed it. Can you imagine Sovereign just ripping out like an oxygen mask? He's like, take it.
I just can't even imagine, like, how I would react. Because if you put an oxygen mask on me, it's going to make me think
just breathe.
Dentist, hospital. Like, those are not things I want to be thinking of.
Yep. He's like, just breathe. Breathe slow.
It's terrible.
Oh, can you imagine, like, walking by that ambulance and just, like, looking in the back and
rocking?
Like, okay.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
Let me see. Nothing sexy. You see? That's what I'm saying. Like, that would take me out of the mood immediately.
I can't remember. I think we were in her point of view when that happened. It didn't seem to she didn't seem to mind it.
No.
She was just like, "Oh, okay. I'm going to breathe." And then he rips it off her and then he takes it and I'm like, "Oh dear, okay." What is it's like, how rough are we, like, to the point where you're hyperventilating now? My goodness.
Oh, I put the part there. I
You
want
can't
to
even.
get your opinion on this because
Okay.
so how does she cure him of a panic attack? By having him touch her nipples and
That is not
can I have your professional
scientific.
opinion, please?
No. Look. Right. I get what she was trying to do. I really do. She was trying to be like, this is a grounding technique.
Right.
We're grounding you back to the present. But nowhere
No.
in my books of reading for school have we ever talked about. Yeah, she just like gets on top of him. And she's like, feel how wet it is. I was like, what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing?
What are we doing?
Yeah.
Woo.
I think I just like dissociated when I read that. I didn't even remember until you brought that up. I was like at the beginning when she held his hand, I'm like, okay,
Yeah,
that makes sense.
that's totally fine.
We've got, touch going on. That's great.
Mm-hmm.
And if I really stretch the imagination, I can see where she was going with that working. However, in real circumstances, do not do that.
Yeah, that's not good.
Because if they are truly like in a panic attack or having a flashback, to them, they're back in that moment and they can just react in any way. They could be in a fight, flight, or freeze mode. So you want to make sure you're safe and they're safe. So let's not be. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Some clinical advice free of charge for you guys.
I feel like you should reach out to the author and be like, hey, here's a little note that I think you should put after that chapter.
Yeah. Or before, or in your like trigger warnings or something, like, do you try this at home?
Yeah.
Like, what is it? Like, consult with your therapist before you decide to engage in this. But yeah.
Exactly.
Dear Lord.
All right. Lori brings up a good point. Maybe for the oxygen mask part, they were at altitude. That
they
could
were in
be
an ambulance. What? Oh, that's true.
I don't know.
I don't know how far up that camp was.
And yes, she's correct.
That had to have been during the whole grounding exercise.
Yeah.
That's when he said that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
But that was just not. That was not like I get what she was doing. I get it.
Too far.
But there's other ways to do that.
Mm-hmm. Much better ways. Oh, and the part where like at the end you realize that he lives in the house that she had been like dreaming of the whole time. That part was cute.
I liked that. I thought like at first I was like, oh, he's gonna live in that house, and then she was like, oh, I saw the family, and I was like, oh, maybe he doesn't live in that house. Mm-hmm. But it was just the sister.
Yep.
Woohoo, Paige.
Okay, moving on.
Oh, I'm sorry, Paige. He's gonna be like, am I getting grounded tonight?
Yeah. Oh, this feels like I have PTSD all of a sudden. Weird.
Anytime he's bad, he's gonna be like, am I gonna get grounded?
Oh God.
Oh, I love it.
That's hilarious.
Oh, but when I teach stuff to clients, I am never going to be able to do it with a straight face ever again. So thank you for that.
You're going to think about this for a long time. So I guess that part was memorable.
Because we do like the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 thing where it's like 5 things you see, 4 things you hear.
Oh yeah.
And then like 1 is like 1 thing you can taste or whatever. So now I'm going to be like 5. Try this with your partner. I'll give you the couples therapy. That's what I'll do. Whenever there's a couples therapy.
I think you should.
Yes. Well, I don't know how like ethical it would be. Maybe if like a sex therapist, perhaps.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I'm sure someone has recommended that before for something.
I would probably. I just don't know what for.
Yeah.
I don't know what for. But I'm sure they have.
I think those are all the notes that I have.
Oh my. Love it.
Definitely made for an entertaining book club, that's for sure.
Yeah, you know what? It was entertaining. That's what it was. At least it was entertaining. You know, there might have been some parts like that. Yeah. I completely must have just dissociated when I was reading that because like that completely lost. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh, Katie's gonna have something to say.
Yeah, I did. When I read, I was like, you gotta be kidding me. But like I liked how it was very like sudden, like they were just talking and then like he just started panicking. Like that's because that can happen.
Yeah, that's true.
But it's just like she's looking at him, she knows, she's like, feel. I'm like, ma'am. What do they teach you in that cult? That must be.
Yeah.
But you know what? Like, I wouldn't even mind like reading a book about. I'm weird like that, but like reading another book about someone else in it and getting out. Yeah. And then finding love, like I feel like that whole arc would be good. Mm-hmm. I hated that like we didn't get to see not that we need to see people in cults or anything, but just kind of seeing before and then but that was not what she wanted for this book, which I completely understand. Yeah. But like I read, oh gosh, what was it called? It Ain't Me, Babe by Tilly Cole when like that motorcycle series was out. Mm-hmm. You can't read them now, but when they were out, it was nice because you got to see like her in the cult getting out, kind of figuring out what the world is like because everything she knew was not true. And then also
there was relearn everything.
Yeah, there was like flashbacks, so we got to see like what happened to get her the way she, to where she was then.
Yeah. Like, I think the flashbacks would have been good in this book.
But I guess she didn't want, that wasn't the aim, the target of the book. So, but yeah, I'll give it a 4 now, but we shall see compared to the other books if it'll go down to like a 3. Because like I was seeing a lot of like 3.4s on the 4-star. So it seemed like a lot were like the 3.5s. So
got it. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with it too.
Yeah, that's fine. That is fine. I think is that what we gave? Did we give Sovereign 2? Or did we give it a 1?
We should have given it a 1. But I think we felt like we were being too mean. I think we may have given it a 2.
If that's the case, I need to go back and give it a 1. Yeah, I feel like compared to this book, it's a 1. Yeah. Let's see. Where was that book? When did we read this book?
Yeah, we gave it 2.
Now compared to this book.
Yeah. We're changing that to a 1.
Cassandra didn't even rate the book. Cassandra, did you not like it? Did you not rate it because it was that good? Like what?
Katie's like, someone be on my side.
No, look. I cannot believe I gave that a 2. We were so nice. I changed it. I changed it to a 1.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, Fight is going to be a 2.
Well, to me, it's still a 4. Until I read Honor and Protect and all those other ones. She didn't answer, so I'm assuming it wasn't good.
She just said, LOL.
Oh, God. gosh, I'm the minority tonight. That's okay.
It's
Still
okay.
had a good time. I still had a good time.
I appreciate you talking about the positives, so that it's not just me being a Debbie Downer the whole
You know,
time.
we just balance. We balance it out. Other than like the whole grounding thing, I can't. I will never be like,
Yeah.
that was hot. That was great.
You have 7 or 3. You are too nice.
That's really too nice. I'm so like, no.
Did you see that Karina Hallie's coming out with a Dark Cowboy?
No.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
It's called Death Valley.
Huh.
Although I think it's going to be more like, I don't know if you know anyone who plays video games. I don't personally play them, but I have friends who do. And there was that game that was popular called Red Dead Redemption.
Oh, okay.
Where it's like the outlaws, and it's kind of like darker. It's more like that style.
Okay. Let's see. When's that come out?
I'm really excited about that. It comes out this month. I can't remember what day.
Let's see here. Karina. Spell it right. Oh, there it is. Okay. Let's see. February 10th.
Okay. Yeah, see, I just want a Dark Cowboy.
Oh, it's a standalone, so it's not like it's going to be... Oh, it's a dark Western horror romance.
Ooh.
Interesting. It says, think of it as a spicy, scary, modernized version of a Red Dead Undead nightmare.
Oh, maybe it's too scary for me. I don't know.
There's like no cover. There has to be a cover coming out soon. Because if it's coming out the 10th.
I think she posted it on her Instagram.
Let me go to her Instagram.
I remember seeing it. Cassandra says until it turns into Sovereign. It better not. If that happens, I will never read a Dark Cowboy romance again.
You know, she is still reading. She's still writing books in that series. It's still going.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious. I can't.
Here's the cover. This one.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
It's not a great cover.
When she post that? Oh, there it is. Okay, that's
Western horror. That's interesting.
Western horror fiction.
And then look, did you see this teaser that she posted? It's a reel. Hold on.
Yes. And suicidally stupid. I like that too.
We're gonna fight or make out.
Not Jensen.
Yep.
I love Jensen.
Me too.
Oh my. Oh, there it is. Okay. When the morally gray cowboy in your horror romance is inspired by Jensen Ackles.
See? That's all you gotta tell me.
Well, that's going to get added to my TBR. So I'm going to fit that in somehow, some way. Okay, here's the tropes. Dear Lord. Okay.
She just has so many tropes.
Okay, yeah. Morally gray cowboy. Strong female lead who's a good shot. Enemies to lovers to enemies. Interesting. We've got hate sex. Forced proximity. Grumpy. Only one sleeping bag. Snowed in. Hurt comfort. Toucher and him. Or die. Sharing body heat. Can't trust anyone. Secret identity. Fast burn. Final girl. Survival horror. Man versus mountains. Zombies. Generational manifesting. Isolated location. Ancient evil. Family curse. Redemption arc. Small town secrets and cold case.
Oh my god.
That's a lot.
How does she pack so much into her book? I don't understand.
I don't know, but I don't think I've actually... I don't think I've read one by her. I don't think I've ever read any by her. Like, I have her series, like, the Royals, like, what were they called? Like, The Wild Air and all those. I have them. Yeah. I've never read them. And then I have her what was it, like One Hot Italian Summer or something. I have that one, but I've never read it.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think I've read anything by her. I've wanted to. I just never... I read slow. Leave me alone.
No, it's okay. The range of her books is crazy because she'll do like the royal, the contemporary, the sports, the forbidden, then she'll do like the dark, like
Yeah.
fantasy, and then now this. Like
She's
she
done like some
range.
paranormal, right? Like vampires or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, she has
Well,
the vampires one. She did the Sleepy Hollow. Those were really good.
I gotta take a picture of this so I can remember
Yeah,
to
I'm
somehow fit
excited
it into my TBR chart.
Yeah.
Just like somehow.
Yes.
It fits a lot of tropes, so it has to fit something.
It should.
Ah, interesting. Okay, now I did. Thank you for telling me. I would not have even
Yeah.
put that on my radar.
So hopefully that's our sovereign redemption. We'll see.
Nothing. I don't know what is ever going to redeem.
We gotta get well.
She's like, because Jensen, you're right. Because like I'll read it just because it's
That's really all
inspired
you
by him.
need.
He's so pretty. So pretty.
Mhm.
So I guess we have to talk about next month's.
Yes.
I think I have it. Like I said, let me see if I can. Oh my gosh. Don't mind me. It should be.
Yeah, I don't have the physical copy. I was looking at it at Barnes & Noble last time I was there, but I didn't actually buy it because I was like, oh, what if we don't pick it? I don't know.
I have it.
Yay.
I knew I did. Okay.
Yes.
Don't ask me what it's about because I don't know. But I knew. I just remember, like, when you showed me the pictures of what you got, I was like, I have that one. So, you know, we can do that one.
Yay.
A master of domestic suspense. Don't play games you can't afford to lose. Maybe I should read it from my phone. It's a little bit lighter. So I can read it.
From what I saw, it's basically like a bunch of housewives.
Oh, okay.
Never Have I Ever. And then it kind of turned dark, or like, I don't know. I think one of the main themes is like betrayal or something like that.
So let's see. In this game, even winning can be deadly. Amy is proud of her ordinary life and the simple pleasures that come with it. Teaching diving lessons, baking cookies for new neighbors, helping her best friend Charlotte run their local book club. Her greatest joy is her family, her devoted professor husband, her spirited 15-year-old stepdaughter, her adorable infant son, and of course, the steadfast and supportive Charlotte. But Amy's sweet, uncomplicated life begins to unravel when the mysterious and alluring Angelica arrives on her doorstep one book club night. Sultry and magnetic, Angelica beguiles the group with her feral charm. She keeps the wine flowing and lures them into a game of spilling secrets. Everyone thinks it's naughty, harmless fun. Only Amy knows better. Something wicked has come her way. A she-devil in a pricey red sports car who seems to know the terrible truth about who she is and what she once did. When they're alone, Angelica tells her that if she doesn't give her what she asks for, what she deserves, she's going to make Amy pay for her sins, one way or another. To protect herself and her family and save the life she's built, Amy must beat the devil at her own clever game, matching wits with Angelica in an escalating war of hidden pasts and unearthed secrets. Amy knows the consequences if she can't beat Angelica. What terrifies her is everything she could lose if she wins. A diabolically entertaining tale of betrayal, deception, temptation, and love filled with dark twists, leavened by Joshilyn Jackson's trademark humor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds really good.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how long I've had it on my shelf for, so I need to read it.
Yeah, I was wondering how old it was because I didn't even notice it until I was at Barnes & Noble, like, I think it was last month.
Let's see. Copyrights. 2019.
Oh, okay. So it's older.
Is it on Kindle? Do you know?
No, but it's only $1.99.
Okay. So, if you would like to, we don't even have the date. I know it's always the last Thursday. I actually think it's
right here now.
Is it the 27th? I think
it's the 27th.
So the 27th, my channel
Mm-hmm.
at 7 p.m. We'll discuss this. Hopefully, we haven't had the best luck with our thriller. Like, I just
need a good plot twist.
Yeah, because like I read one during January, and I was just like, meh. Still, it was more domestic. Like, I don't mind domestic thrillers, but this one was just like a,
Yeah,
it was disappointing. I just don't know. I think when I go into thrillers, I have such high hopes because I want it to like shock and wow me, and then like
Yeah.
they don't, and I'm like, ugh.
I feel like so many thriller authors nowadays, they follow the same formula.
If it's the brother,
Oh, no. No.
I don't even know if she has a brother, but it can't be the
She
brother.
better not.
That was in too many books that we
Yeah.
read last year.
Mm-mm.
I'm not going to say which books, so I don't want to spoil anything, but
Yeah. It was definitely a recurring theme.
yeah, it was
Over
always
it.
the brother.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Not this time, because you're going to be
No.
an only child.
Yeah.
Shove
Plus, like,
along.
it's basically all about women. Like,
Yes,
the book club is only women, so.
right. Yeah, we're yeah, we're not even trying to include men in the book. We're just like, nope,
Yeah.
all about women. Oh my goodness. So you said right now you're currently are you reading book 2 like right now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I am currently not reading anything because so I finished Fight today at work.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, "Oh, it's the 30th." And I don't want to
Ugh.
start
Yeah.
another one of my books. So I had like 4 left from my where is it? From my TBR.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all like huge books.
Oh.
So I had Chasing the Wild.
I can't believe that book is so long.
I had When the Stars Fall.
Uh-huh.
And then I had June 1st. And I'm like, there's no way I can finish these books by Saturday. So I think I'm just going to hold off. I'm going to film my February TBR tomorrow. So I can just like, then like start a day early for my February books. But yeah.
That's smart.
Yeah. Who
Oh.
Uh-oh. Wait, no. Did you not like it?
You didn't like it?
Look,
the audiobook was fun. I think it was just too long.
Maybe that's why. Maybe
Yeah.
See, I listened to the audiobook, so and I'm a Christmas fool. So like I would live, breathe Christmas all day, all year if I could.
Yeah.
So I loved this book because also I love the Grinch. So it's like you mix the Grinch, you mix Christmas. So I enjoyed it. However, I do know I have heard a lot of people say it's not their favorite, or it was too long, or it's
Yeah.
But I am going to stand on my hill and say it was a good time for December for me. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. It was festive.
Okay. Because you ended up reading it, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The audiobook, I think, made it better. The audiobook was really good.
I loved, I mean, you get the vibe when you read the book because, like, you see where, like, the guy was Cole, he was, like, talking to the narrator at the time. Yeah. But it's just better when it's, like, you hear it.
Yeah.
Just loved it. But I get it. And I didn't talk anyone into it. All I said was there was a candy cane scene.
Oh.
And then they were like, I gotta read it. And I was like, okay, you can. Look. It really, you talked yourself into reading it. Because you're like, I gotta know about the candy cane scene.
It was a great scene.
Oh, she's...
Oh, you're reading it now.
Ew. My bad. I thought you finished. Ignore any spoilers that I may have just said. Just know that there is a candy cane scene. I think that's like somewhat people just know because like it's
That's not a spoiler though. It gives you something to look forward to.
No, yeah. I can get I get that. I liked the aunt too. She was nice.
She was fun.
Yeah, the candy cane. Yeah, you'll get there.
Mm-hmm. It's worth it.
Yeah, I liked it. I can see a lot of people didn't enjoy the main character story. They didn't seem to like her.
At times, she annoyed me.
Yeah. Yeah. She
It's
could
not
be
like I would
annoying.
say I didn't like her, like overall. But yeah.
But
I think it's in the rom-com mood.
True. But I liked Cole. I liked the whole competition. I liked his friend. Matt, what's his name? Max?
I think she's writing his book right now.
Shut up.
Mhm.
I loved him because he was like, we're going to win this competition. We're
Yeah.
going to go out there and we're going to hip thrust for the Magic Mike scene of like the Christmas thing.
Mhm.
I was like, you know what? I like him. He was nice. He was good. He was a good friend to him, and I liked him.
I don't know who his love interest is going to be. Is it going to be her sister? I can't think who else it would be.
Well, if it is, then her sister has to break up with her fiance, boyfriend, whatever it was that she was talking on like the computer with at night, or FaceTiming, or whatever she was doing with. Yeah.
Because I can't think of who else it could be unless she just brings in like someone new.
Yeah, just like a random.
Yeah.
So I guess we won't get that book until probably Christmas again. Or close to. But I mean, I enjoyed it. I liked it.
Yeah, it was fun.
Like, I don't go too hard on my Christmas books because they're just a fun time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not expecting to be like wowed or being like, oh my gosh, this is the favorite book of all time now. But I'm just looking for just fun, easy reads during December for the most part. Like, I will throw in some others, but I just want to feel the festiveness.
Yeah. It's like Hallmark movies.
Yeah, you know what you're getting every time. Every time. Mm-hmm. Either it's a big city girl going to a small town, or a big city guy going to a small town. We got to save something in the small town. I inherited something in the small town.
Yep.
I'm going to meet someone in the small town. I'm going to change my whole world and move to the small town at the end.
Yep.
And I eat it up every time.
Yeah. It's the comforting, nostalgia of it all.
Okay. Well, on that note, do we have anything else we need to say?
I think that was it. I'm definitely going to enjoy the rest of Skyridge Hotshots. The book 2 is really good. I think you're going to like it.
How far are you in that book?
I think I'm like just over halfway. I think I just read like the halfway point, typical thing that happens at the halfway point scene.
Okay. So this sounds like it's not as fast-paced as the first book.
No.
Okay. So more of like a typical romance speed would be, instead of like, because like with Insta Love, like I don't mind it. Insta Love, it's like usually Insta Lust, really.
Yeah, it just depends on how it's done.
Yeah. And if I know going in, like, hey, this is Insta, so it's going to happen really fast. But I don't think that was like in any of like the tropes or anything like that. So it was a little, okay, we're doing this now, right now, in the rig for the world to see if they want to walk by.
Yep.
With the oxygen. Oh my gosh. You know what it reminds me of? Let me see if I can find a picture. When I read that scene, there was one thing that came to mind. And it's not sexy in any means.
The
Have
oxygen
you ever
mask
seen? Yeah, the max with the max mask. Dear gosh, I'm saying mask. Goodness gracious. Have you ever seen Insidious? The Insidious movies?
I know of them, but I've never watched them because I'm a scaredy cat.
Okay. This is the one in the third movie. He has an oxygen mask. So like reading
that's disturbing.
Like he just kind of like wears an oxygen.
Oh, stop it. I will never unsee that.
Wait. I'm gonna send this
horrible.
There's a whole part in this movie where like it's oh my gosh.
She like the ambulance scene. You just ruined it for her.
Sorry. But like there's a part in the movie where like the girl like reaches up and like grabs the mask and just like rips it from and that's all that came to my mind during that scene. I was like, that image popped to my head and I was like, well, that's not sexy.
So much worse.
It's not sexy to me.
No.
I'm thinking of that old guy with the
Oh God.
But yeah, I see. Okay, so she liked that scene, but she didn't rate the book. So now I'm curious. So why didn't you? Okay, Cassandra, I gotta know, why didn't you rate the book?
I think I would like that scene in isolation. I just didn't like it in the context of what the characters had like gone through up until that point.
Yeah. Isn't City somewhere where the house eats the kid? No.
Is that what happens?
No.
I've never watched
So there's 5 movies in the franchise. In book one. See, I'm in book mode. In movie 1, so like this is all about like astral projection. Like the main character could do it when he was a kid, and he gets hypnotized and forgets that he can do it. And when he grows up and has a son, his son can do it. And when you astral project, when you sleep at night, like your soul leaves your body, so it's like empty. So like things in the further are like can be like some evil spirits that want to like inhabit said body. Look, it's good. It's got jump scares, but it's good. But that's like what the first movie is about. Like the dad has to remember how to astral project so he can go find his kid who's stuck in the further to bring him back to his body.
That's terrifying. People actually do that in real life?
I don't know. I've heard of people that can like, you know how people are like, I could see myself sleeping at night and stuff and just kind of leave their bodies. I don't know if it's true or not, but
that's terrifying.
Yeah. It was good. That like, you don't like scary
Those
movies.
are really popular.
Yeah. And then
scaredy cat.
Movie 2 follows the same family because something happens in the end of movie 1 that kind of leaves them like a cliffhanger.
Mm-hmm.
And then their story gets wrapped up. And then 3 is like a prequel, but it's not following them. It's following the psychic lady from the first 2 movies who helped them. And then 4 is a prequel, which is going back to her, the psychic lady when she's little and how she got her powers. And then book 5, here we go, books again. Movie 5 goes back to the original family, like how many years later? 15 years later, and the little boy's now going off to college, and it's all the same people. They all came back for it.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't as good as like the first 2 movies, but it was still a nice like way to wrap up their story, even though their story was wrapped up with movie 2. It was a cash grab. You didn't really have to do this.
Yeah,
but they did it anyway. It was okay. But if you don't like scary movies, then yeah, you're not going to enjoy it. There's a lot of jump scares. It's just a lot of, yeah.
The concept sounds interesting. I think it's just too real.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the fact that people just kind of do that.
Mm-hmm.
Leave their bodies, and then other things try to get into the bodies because it's just an empty vessel. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh, but I did not mean to frighten you with the whole. When he was doing the oxygen, that's the first thing that came to like. No, what else is going to come to my head? There's no sexy thing that I've ever seen with an oxygen mask. It was that thing from that movie.
Yep.
That's why that was not very sexy to me. So I was
like instant turn off.
Yeah. But again, like you said, in the right context, maybe. Like I could see it being kind of sexy if at some point, if you were in the right. I don't know how it would be written.
Like maybe if it was like a dark romance of some kind, or like
maybe with some like I don't know, like BDSM or like some like sort of like caring aftercare or something like I still don't know, but I know like I get it. Like it could work in the right context.
Yeah.
Not in an ambulance rig.
Yeah.
Tell you what. Okay, I think those are all the notes. I think that's everything. I think we've covered everything that we need to.
Oh, that was a good one.
So I will let you do the outro because this is your channel.
Yes. So yeah, like Katie said, next month book club will be on her channel. We have Never Have I Ever by Joshilyn Jackson. Be sure to join us on February 27th at 7 p.m. Eastern. And I'll leave Katie's channel link down below so you can subscribe now, and then you're all ready for when it's time.
Easy peasy.
Lemon squeezy.
Yeah. Oh my, I love us.
Yes. This was so much fun. Thank you guys for joining us.
Well, thanks, guys.
See you next time. Bye.
Bye.